got two QR code that you can scan. The left one is the alpha product that we've launched that you can play with, and the right one is access to the documentations that where you can find more detailed introduction about Pensieve itself. So and I'm Cathy, and I'm now currently as the head of operations in Ethereum Community Fund, and I'm also a researcher. So before we dive into today's topic of like how can we get the truth, let's first talking about what are the challenges nowadays that keeping us away from the truth that we are eagering for. So the first one is the missing data. Actually, the beauty of the appearance of blockchain, or let's say the Bitcoin, is that every transactions can be stored on chain forever. So it ensures the transparency of the transaction itself. But that does not mean the context behind every transaction is readable to everyone. And the second one is the data ownership. So within the current database, or let's say the knowledge base, most projects, they are still running their narratives on utilizing Web2 tools, like with most well-known like Wikipedia, because it's sort of like still easy because it just relying on one centralized like let's say one centralized node to maintain it, to fill in the information about the project, about the data. So with the nature of relying on one centralized node, just relying on one centralized resource of information, it usually causes the fact that some of the knowledge will not be revealed to public. But usually those kind of knowledge is more critical because it sometimes will reveal the vulnerabilities of the organization, or like some governance changes. They will not involve the community stakeholders. Besides the process, also the maybe some of the decisions will also not be revealed to the communities by the end. And when we do the research, we also found out there are a lot of broken links with the nature of one centralized node maintenance, due to the lack of like regularly maintain of those links. So the last one is the scarcity of legitimacy. This one with the example as like what is public good. It should be like narrative decide, not instead of like just you provide evidence to prove that you are public goods, which means that you can like say I'm a public goods project because I meet this certain standard. But at the same time, you need to share the value with the community, with the public as well, in order to make you as public goods. So with those knowing, let's say, the challenges, I know Vitalik and also the whole Ethereum community, they're pushing this DAG movement and info defense as one of the major factor in this movement. It is to protect societies, organizations, and also the individuals against threats related to the misuse of information, which includes such as disinformation, social media manipulations, or the control over of data, psyops, synthetic media or the like the deep fakes, and also ciphertext, for example, infrastructure sabotage, and intelligence gathering, insider threats, data breach, and leak. So with all of these challenges or and also the threats, uh, we we are being keeping away from the truth. But with info defense and this whole DAC movement, we are in the process to seeking the truth. And on the left here is a saying from Dumbledore. I don't know if there is a fan of Harry Potter there, but um, our executive director QJ is a huge fan of Harry Potter, and also that's why we have our product name as Pensieve, which is actually also a magic name in the book. So Dumbledore says that the truth, it is a beautiful and terrible thing, and should therefore be treated with great caution. So now we are dancing to like seek the truth. So for us to seek the truth, we first need to acknowledge that it is a forever collective human task that requires collaborations, coordinations, and also sorry, like and also the interpretations of the information. But truth is often pending and unverifiable. While it's pending, it will still influences those irreversible decisions, like votes that usually happens in governance, and also will influence the market performance and also the investment from the investors, and also the grants allocations. So we have to work with perception, community alignment, and provide an immutable history of truth versioning in order to in order to build a robust information layer as a fundamental for the whole ecosystem to make every decision. So in our particular context, that ECF was founded by those early Ethereum community pioneers, as you can see in the picture, in 2018. And it started with the idea of everyone, like those pioneer projects, putting resources together in order to boost the adoption of Ethereum decentralized applications. And actually, by that time, it was easy with those well-funded projects. But along the way, like we realized giving out grants to projects, even nowadays, like most of the grant program they're still struggling with, is that uh, usually comes to where's the money, where are the projects, and are those projects good? And if we say they're good, those evaluations are based on what kind of information, and is those information real? Can we trust those information? So and also can those projects deliver the promise that they made on that on their grant applications? So ultimately most of the account grant program, they struggle with accountability, um, and it is very difficult and it's costly to track performance, and also it's costly to do so, and it usually, like, to the end, it's usually about face checking. You must need to know someone in there and to do the fact check, to verify if the information is like it is real or not. um which is like like the grant. That's why the yearly the grant process takes much longer than we expected. Okay, then here is the grant history, like when ECF was still like a grant giving organization. Those are the previous grantors and also the grantees that already got support from us. So with all the let's say the all the all the issues, all the problems that we as the organization and the operator of this grant program, we we've seen the issues, and so we decide that instead of directly funding the project, we we solve the issue of information layer first. So we are now coordinate information within the Ethereum community to first find the truth first, and also we are aiming to provide educational tools, and for sure at the same time the project discovery, and also highlight those legit and accountable Web3 projects in order to help them to get more like resources in the ecosystem, either the grants, either the like the community attention. And Pensieve, so that's why we designed Pensieve, which is a mechanism for collective cognitive sovereignty and foundation for governance. And we decided to use ECF.network directory as our first use case. And it is a decentralized community-owned platform to make sense of blockchain projects with validatable crowd intelligence. And those are the other use cases that we already thought of. So the first one is like instead of Web3 specific decentralized wiki, the Pensieve mechanism itself can also be used as the uh, general purpose decentralized wikis foundational layer. And also it can also be used as a academic research, collaborative literature review, and data integrity for experimentations. And for like laws and that democracies, Pensive can also be utilized there. And for governance, they can also use Pensive mechanism to collaborate and coordinate on their open logs. And also the like the crisis response playbooks. And for teachers, they can also using Pensieve mechanism to create or build the open courses for their students. And for environmental use, the organizations, they can create citizen science reports to help the environmental monitoring. And also for AI agents, the the Pensieve can be used to train the knowledge base, and it can also be used as a knowledge management standard for corporates. So those are all the use cases can be built on Pensieve. So with all the concept of truth, challenges, threats, and the missions, but how exactly Pensieve, the mechanism, help us to like get to the truth. So on pensieve.ecf, you can first create a project proposal. As I just mentioned, the Pensieve.ecf, it is a open platform where anyone or any grant program, they have access to the same database. So which means it also like anyone can create project proposals by filling up an essential item set, but the current essential item set is determined by the team, by ECF team, but in the future it will be also open to proposals by the community as well. So every item has an item weight, and this item weight actually reflects the importance of the item itself, based on the accountability framework that we design as well. And every user, they will collect their contribution points, and we call it CP, after they create their project proposal. And this CP, it can be seen as a proof of your intelligence contribution on ECF on Pensieve.ecf, and also it also reflect your reputation in the platform. And because like one thing here is that one nature of this CP is that because we believe that reputation cannot be transferred to others, so so as to the CP here is not transferable. So the initial CP can be just simply gained by proposing a project proposal on the platform, even without the validation from the remaining community. You will first get a 0 to 1 reward. It is now set as a certain percentage of the total essential item sets weights. So in order to get your project page proposal just to create there to be published, because now it's still listing on the pending project list. In order to get it to be like listing as a published one, you need to reach the threshold, which is having at least 3 peers validating each item in the essential item set. And after that, you will get the remaining CPs, besides the 0 to 1 rewards you've already got. So now the project is published with all the essential items set. But still, there are still a bunch of non-essential items on the project page now is available for either the other users or also yourself to complete it and also moderate it. And here is the most beautiful things here is that how we ensure the legitimacy of the item the value of the item. The continuous governance involves here. So although the project page proposal has been passed the threshold and get published there, that doesn't mean that you own the project page, or the information, the data on the page is fixed. It's still open to anyone to go to the page to challenge the current published value. So as long as the user with enough CP, they can vote new item versions over yours, over other users, and replace the current leading one. As long as they for sure get enough vote from the others. And all versions are in constant competition to become public versions. So that means every project page reflects dynamically of the collective state of mind, and the state of mind reflects the item's value in the public discourse. I know many of you guys would ask, like, how can I get contribution points? How can I get the CP in order to support others? Besides the easy way, as I just mentioned, open a new project, you will get the 0 to 1 rewards. You can also fill in the non-essential items of other published projects, and you can also propose alternative item versions and gather supports to make them public. So let's say Pensieve enable the information layer, the collective collective knowledge base utilizing the community uh, intelligence. It's a heart of Pensieve .ecf, but still there are still many other interesting plugins that we're experimenting with and also building with. And the first one is the Pensieve ads. It's a ads billboard built built with a Haberger tax protocol. I don't know if some of you guys already got familiar with it, because it was actually first proposed by Radical Exchange. So we referred to the let's say the protocol they proposed before, and developed the ad board in our product. So which means that the like anyone can come to the platform to bid for the ad banner, but even like it, even though the first one, for example, this it bid for 10 days, but it doesn't mean that you will own it for 10 days. It's still open to others bid, as long as there's other one bid over you, then your ads will be immediately being replaced. But at the same time, that everyone needs to pay tax based on the valuation they bid for. And the second one is Pensieve, which is the costume filter project collection. Actually, we built this feature because we want to encourage the other community grant programs. They could come to our platform to utilizing our product as the tool to create their own community grant. Because they can custom the filter to their standard. Like you can use the filter to choose we only accept open source project, and also we only accept the project haven't have a token yet. So they can custom the filter to their scope, and they can also share the Pensieve link to the public directly, to show, okay, now we're seeing the current knowledge base, current projects on Pensieve.ecf. What are the projects are the most accountable in this certain grant scope? And also with Elf, we also built a AI agent to help the users to fill in the the information of the project page you want to create. So you can use the search function there on of this AI agent. You just search the project name you want to you want to create the project page for, and it will automatically fill in the information of this essential item set for you. So the only thing you need to do is going to check the information proposed by this AI agent, and maybe to adjust some of the information is not accurate or is not right. So with this AI agent, it will significantly reduce the workload of manually information input. So the last one is let's say Pensieve is building the truth, the information layer. But here's another important mechanism in Pensieve is that the evaluation mechanism, the elder wand. So elder wand is the evaluation mechanism for projects accountability, and also it's a fundamental logic algorithm that we're using to display the ranks on Pensieve.etf. Yes, there are there are a lot of ranks on Pensieve.etf as well. For example, now we already have the like version 0.1 launched as the accountability rank. But like because now we haven't had all of items on ECF blueprint added deployed on to the product. Um, I would say there's only one fourth items has been there. There are still remaining a lot of items will be added to the platform. So with more like items added to the projects to the platform, it will map the picture complete, and it will enable the evaluation of the project's accountability more rational as well. And those two are the other features or other things that we are putting efforts on. The first one is discourse, and now it's already in like production, and we plan to launch it this month. I think maybe before Christmas. So the discourse, the first version of the discourse, we plan to use complaints and redress as the first example on discourse, which means that the users with enough CP, they can open a compliance there on the discourse, and other users, they can also like answer the complaints, and also open to discussion and open to comments. And uh, and now the second one is that the current version of Pensieve.ecf is not fully on chain yet. And why we make this decision as a start, because we want to test the mechanism, the Pensieve mechanism first. We want to make sure the mechanism can truly reflect our goal, can truly reflect our mission, can truly enable the collective intelligence from the community to surface the truth first. Then we have the on-chain migration, have the immutable version. And yeah, we also just started our perennial grant experiment. And why we say perennial here, because it's like the amount is not a lot, but it's a lasting one, it lasts for 10 weeks, and now I think it's week 8. So we'll have like the 7 weeks happened in the past, and now we are having the week 8. So every week, like the top 4 most accountable projects will get the reward, will get the grant and the reward from our team. And I strongly suggest that the if you have a project, you can definitely try with that. As long as it's super easy, as long as you have the information about project, you fill in you fill in it as much as possible. Like you need to open, and then you have the chance to get the grant. Okay, yeah. Then yeah, that's all about today, about the truth, about how can we get to the truth and the challenges along the way. So if you guys interested in it, you can also scan the Discord QR code to join our community, or scan the code to play with the product directly. Thank you.